Hello learners, I welcome you all to the third segment of lecture 9. So in the last segment we looked at Soviet reforms. In this segment we will look at Turkey's reforms. I have already discussed about the capitulation treaty that was there between Ottoman Empire and European countries. We had discussed about it in detail in the last week itself. So here so you already know from our discussion in the previous videos that the Ottoman Empire sort of gave a favorable situation or a favorable provisions to the foreign investors, right? So that was there. Okay. So now what we see here is when modern day Turkey was founded upon the ruins of Ottoman Empire after the First World War, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk had a focus or had a vision. He wanted to modernize the state, and when those discussions happened, that raised the issues of autonomy, autonomous development, and reliance on foreign investment. All of these issues had came up. So what here had happened was they wanted to found Turkey and they wanted to have a state-led state building exercise and have a conception of an economic development without subjugation to foreign investment. So they had their own idea wherein they wanted to overthrow the subjugation of Ottoman Empire to foreign investors, which was earlier there. This was the idea for the modern state Turkey. They wanted Turkey to have these policies. So then there was this 5-year planning commission was established, and it was a 5-year plan, economic plan was sort of drafted with the help of Soviet Union. So Turkey's policies had a focus on having a state-led development with the assistance of foreign capital. So what it did was Turkey's policy sort of gave too much emphasis for the role of the state, but with the assistance of private capital. What Turkey did was the state purchased certain public utilities, fair prices given and all of that. So water, public transport, road, then electricity, foreign owned coal mines, they were all taken over by the state itself. So here Turkey focused on an economic development with the help of assistance of foreign investment. Foreign investment can only be there provided it contributed to the national development. So we could clearly see why Turkey had a vision, sort of an animosity towards foreign investment. One is it wanted to overthrow the subjugation that Ottoman Empire was already under. We had seen earlier it was a reciprocal arrangement between Ottoman Empire and European countries, but with Anglo-Turkish Convention, this was clearly a capitulation treaty, right? So that was there. But we could clearly understand why Turkey had focused more on a state-led development with assistance only from the foreign investment by looking at the introductory paragraph of the 5-year plan of 1933. Please take a look at this plan. So the introductory paragraph of the first 5-year plan prepared in 1933 states that the relation of dependence between the industrial countries of the West and the agricultural and primary producing countries created a state of affairs in which the industrial countries developed further and the primary producers gradually disintegrated. So the role of Turkey in the world commodity trade is to serve as an outlet for industrial products of the West and as an agriculture country to provide raw materials to the same industry. So despite the political and economic troubles and disagreements between them, the powerful industrial countries are basically in agreement in subjecting agricultural countries to a permanent status as primary producers and in dominating their internal markets. So with that sort of a mindset, Turkey had approached the question of foreign investment, and it did allow foreign investment, but only if it had contributed to national development. So we could clearly see a new justification of foreign investments sort of emerged because of Turkey's reforms, that is, it should contribute to national development. Even if we see now, exit preamble also talks about economic development of the host state. Foreign investment should contribute to the economic development of the host state. Probably the one that we find in exit convention has its roots to Turkey's reforms as well. So with that, we will conclude our third segment. In the fourth segment, we will take a look at the Mexican reforms that had happened. Thank you.